Hey, check 1 2 1 2. What's up, everybody? Welcome in. Hope you're super well. Hey, check 1 2 1 2. Perfect. We got noise. And what's up? We have Mikkel in here, Eugenie. Hello, welcome in, Swati. Good to have you here. I'm signed in a little bit early, so we'll just wait a moment while everybody pops in. What's up, Richard? Welcome in. Today is going to be a good one, everybody. I can't wait to share this with you. We'll just wait another moment to say hello to everybody, and then we'll get started, okay? Nina Eckhart, nice to have you here. Hope you're well. Hey, Steph, welcome in. Steph's looking forward to today's class. Me too. Hey, Rebecca. Nice to have you here. What's up, Jackie? Hello to you. We got Connie. Welcome in. Hey, Rebecca. Adriana. Good to have you here. Hi to you. Adelaida. Hello, hello. Hey, Lynn. What's up, Jack? You love the kick switches. Awesome. Glad you enjoyed those. They are fun indeed. I had a few messages asking me about how to access the chat. So if you're watching this video but you're not in the chat, all you need to do is make sure that if you have a Gmail account, that's the easiest thing to do. You sign into your Gmail account, create a YouTube account. It's not like other social medias where you don't need to have like a whole profile and people don't see your stuff unless you post it and make it public. It's not kind of that format. It's more like an email account. You only participate with what you participate with. So if you just create a YouTube account, then as long as you're logged into your Gmail after you've created your YouTube account, then you just have to be logged into your Gmail on another public tab. And then, of course, every time you come to my website, you will be already in the chat. Hey, Pat from Colorado, welcome in. What's up, Carlene? Hey, Sabui, nice to have you guys here. Everyone, good to get ready to practice with you today. All right, we got a bunch of you in here now, popping in. If you see a few more people coming in as well, so very cool. All right. If you didn't get my email, make sure you have a chair nearby. Be sure that it doesn't have wheels on it. Mine does, but you should not have wheels on yours because it's a little bit dangerous. I know how to control it, and that's what I have available, but I would not suggest having wheels. If the only thing you have is chairs with wheels, make sure you can there's ways you can wedge things under those wheels so it doesn't roll, okay? Christian, what's up? Welcome in. Good to have you here. Karen, what's up? Thanks for providing me your name again. I appreciate that. Good to be back indeed. All right, so if you have a chair, great. That's what we need. If you don't have a chair, go grab one right away and bring it back, okay? We need it for this class because what we're gonna do now is we'll do our warm-up as per usual, get our body ready for handstands. And then we're gonna do today handstand with our feet on the chair, or handstand prep with our feet on the chair, which is going to allow us to assemble now the pelvis now more over the shoulders. So far with our feet on the ground, we've basically been able to maybe get the rib cage stacked. Now with the feet on the chair, we're actually definitely gonna be able to get a rib cage stacked over our shoulders. And likely for many of us, depending on hamstring flexibility still and the height of the chair, of course, the pelvis can also stack. So we're getting our line of handstand from our hands all the way to our hips. Klaus, welcome in. Greetings from Germany as well. Thank you. Awesome. Glad you made it live. Okay, let's roll. Let's get going. Start with the wrist rolls. Fingers spread. And you can go up and down with the arms. Remember, when you go up, shoulders go up. When you go down, shoulders go down. Bring some heat into the muscles. Some fluid into the joints. Let's make fists now. Let's go out to the sides with the arms. We're going to go forward and back while rolling with the fist. So protracting, retracting the scapula. Hey Jane, welcome in. Vicky, what's up? Welcome in. It's tough to coordinate this one. All right. Come to standing at the top of your yoga mat. And let's do that little exercise we started with yesterday. We'll just begin with marching, warming up the hip flexors. And then we're going to add the arms. So, ooh, I'm out of sync. Hold on. Although this is interesting. Add the releve. And then add the straight leg. Oop, lost the releve. There we go, getting there. Can't get that right one. Let's go. There it is. Trying to get it in momentum is what I'm trying to do, but it's a lot easier if you pause. Just work through it. The body learns the shape in all different planes of gravity, and that L-shaped handstand will get easier and easier when you can feel it. Okay, cool. Let's just take the arms out to the sides like this, externally rotate the arms, warm up the rotator cuff muscles. So the idea here is you're trying to pull your hands further and further apart while the elbows stay in. In fact, you want to think, point or push the elbows forward more. And you should get your muscles that are around the shoulder blade active. These are the external rotator cuff muscles. And release. And let's take movement. Inhale, reach the arms up through to the sky, shoulders up. Exhale, bow, shoulders down. Halfway lift on the inhale. Left foot back so the right foot is forward. Place the hands on the front thigh, come up and pause. We'll go into a hollow body position, round the back, and then pull the chin, throat back, and take the arms back behind you. We're going to swim 5 times with the breath. Inhale, reach the arms up, shoulders kiss the ears. Exhale, pull down. Shoulders down. Inhale, up. Shoulders kiss the ears, hands up, exhale, shoulders down, arms back by your sides. 3 more. High lunge, rise up. Bend the elbows, exhale, pull the shoulder blades towards each other and down. Inhale, reach up, let the shoulders rise, touch your hands at the top, exhale, pull down. Let's do one more. Open up, warrior two. Internally rotate the arms, inhale. Externally rotate the arms. And let's extend through the wrist. Internally rotate the arms and flex the wrist. Exhale, externally rotate and extend. Inhale, internally rotate, flex. Exhale, externally rotate and extend. Reverse warrior, inhale. Exhale, hands to the ground, pivot the pelvis closed. Inhale, straighten through the front leg. This first round, just look forward. Exhale, bend. Inhale, straighten, look forward. Exhale, bend. Inhale, straighten, look forward. Exhale, bend and come to down dog. Inhale, forward to all fours, hands and knees. Cat and cows with hand push-ups. So inhale, arch the back and look up. As you exhale, push through the metacarpals, round the back, heel of the hand lifts, high theta. Inhale, heel of the hand slowly comes down as you arch the back. Exhale, push through the heads of the metacarpals as you round, shoulder blades apart, protract. Inhale, heel of the hand comes slowly to the ground, arch the back. Exhale, push through the heel, through the metacarpals, heel of the hand lifts up. Two more. Now come back to downward facing dog. Using that information that you just gained from down dog push-ups, a little lightness in the heel of the hand. So think about lifting the base of your palm slightly. Press through the outside edge of the hands as well. So inside edge, thumbs and index finger, but also the outside edge to help rotate and push the arms into upward rotation. So as you push through the outside edge of your hand, your shoulders can get long, meaning shoulders more to your ears, sides of the body long. Let's take the right side up on the inhale, three-legged dog. This is also, if you look at it, this is also the same pose, L pose, that we worked on in that first beginning exercise, and the L hops that we've been doing. So let's work on it for a moment. Point the standing foot as much as you can so your left calves are active. Lift the right leg as much as you can, but close the pelvis so it's level to the ground. Then slowly lower the left heel. You're going to feel a stretch in the calf. And push and raise the heel. Engage the calf. Lower the heel, stretching the left calf. Keep the right leg high. Push, engage the calf to lift the heel. Lower the heel, stretch the calf, and raise the heel to engage the calf. Now, lower the heel for a moment. As you step forward, you're going to lift the heel up. So lift your left heel, step right foot forward. Take the fingers out in front for L pose. Basically here, you're going to take supported warrior three. On the inhale, bend the right knee. And as you exhale, press through the right foot and then releve, lift the right heel up, point. Slowly lower the right heel down, bend the right knee, supported warrior three with the bend knee, and then exhale, push and articulate all the way through the ankle, plantar flexion of the right ankle. Slowly lower the right heel, dorsiflexion of the right ankle, and then push to straighten the knee and plantar flex the ankle. One more time, dorsiflex the ankle, flex the knee, then straighten through the knee, extend the knee, and plantar flex the ankle. Place the left foot next to the right. Take an inhale, halfway lift, and just acknowledge as you bow
the right and the left side, all the way up into the pelvis. Let's take a breath here and enjoy it. Okay, hands to the hips, arch the back, rise all the way up to stand. Tadasana. Full breath in, full breath out. Inhale, reach the arms up to the sun. Exhale to the earth, bow. Halfway lift on the inhale. Right foot steps back so that the left foot is now forward. Place the hands on the front thigh. Come up and pause here. Round the back. And with the back rounded, take your arms back by your sides. Pull the shoulders down your back towards your buttocks to stretch the trapezius first. And then on the inhale, let's swim the arms forward. Exhale, bring the arms back down. Hollow body, rounded back. Inhale, swim. Exhale. Inhale, swim. Exhale. Shoulders down on the way down. Two more. Inhale, shoulders up on the way up. Exhale. One more. Rise, high lunge, inhale. Shoulders touch the ears, middle back lifts up. Exhale, bend the elbows, pull the shoulders down away from the ears, retract the shoulder blades. Inhale, stretch shoulders up, kiss the ears, elbows straight. Exhale, pull down. One more on the way up, rise. And open up, warrior two. Take a breath in. And out. Same rotations. Inhale, internally rotate with a fist and flex the wrist. Exhale, externally rotate the arm bones and then extend through the wrist. Fist, flex, and rotate. External rotation, extend through the fingers and wrists. Flex the fingers and wrist, internally rotate the arms. Externally rotate the arms, extend the fingers and wrist. One more time. Flex the fingers and wrist, internally rotate. Externally rotate the arms, extend the fingers and wrist. Reverse warrior, inhale. Exhale, hands to the ground. Pivot the pelvis, close. 3 times. Inhale, straighten through the front leg. Exhale, bend. Inhale, straighten through the front leg. Exhale, bend. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend and step to down dog. Forward to plank pose. Pause in your plank pose. Optionally, you can place the knees down and do plank on knees, but we're gonna do serratus push-ups. Soften, shoulder blades toward each other. Actually, let's take a breath here. Use the exhale to push shoulder blades apart. Push through the outside edges of your hands when you do that. Inhale, soften, weight towards the inside of the hand. Exhale, push through the outside edge of the hand, separate your shoulder blades. Lean forward a little more, fingers grip the ground. Soften, push. 2 more. Place the knees to the ground, arch the back, look up. And move your way back to child's pose. Stretch the side body, take the left arm forward, right hand over to the side, stretch through the left waistline. Take a full breath, get long in the left arm. One more. Come over to the left side, stretch the right arm long. Breathe into the right ribs. come onto the belly. So if you've got something in front of you like I do, you gotta scoot back a little bit. Take the arms so that the shoulders touch the ears, and our hands are shoulder width apart, fingers grip the ground. If you can, feet together. If you can't, place a block between your shins and squeeze the block. Now lift the armpits up first, fingers still grip the ground. Lift the kneecaps up next, feet squeeze together. Scoop the tailbone and press your pubic bone into the ground. You might have to move your face a little bit to pull the front ribs off the ground. Round the back, press the pubic bone into the ground. Front ribs and belly off the ground. Forehead on the ground, armpits up, fingers grip the ground, feet squeeze together, kneecaps lifted, knees trying to lift off the ground, feet on the ground, ribs off the ground, pelvis on the ground, forehead on the ground, shoulders lifting up away from the ground, hands gripping the ground, and release. Woo! That's lovely. Let's roll onto the back. Take the arms up overhead, shoulders kiss the ears, stretch the hands, fingers, and pull the tailbone into a tucked position and pull the ribs down. Keep the tailbone in a slightly tucked position. It'll help you to bring the right leg close to your face. For these, while we're still stretching the back line, the calf muscles and the hamstrings, good to keep the feet flexed today, okay? I think last time we did it with pre-pointed. We're gonna do flex today just to give the back line a little bit of a stretch. Okay, now flex the left foot, slide it long. First, have it on the ground and pull the right foot as close to your face as you can using your hip flexors, arms straight and strong, fingers reaching. Now slowly switch, skim the feet. Right leg is going to press into the ground as the left leg squeezes towards your face. Okay, pulling the toes towards you so that you get a real stretch in the calves and the hamstrings. Pull the left leg tight. Switch. Try to keep the midsection solidly on the ground so ribs are pressing into the ground. Now lift the left leg 1 centimeter off the ground, like so you can still feel the mat just ever so slightly underneath your foot and calf. Okay, switch. Same thing, right leg is gonna just hover ever so slightly off the mat while the left leg tries to squeeze in towards your chest. Switch, skim the legs. Try to keep the pelvis tucked and the ribs pulled in. Left leg is slightly above the ground. Switch, skim the legs so you feel the midline. And straighten the arms. Now take both legs up, bend the knees, and release. Let's give a momentary core stretch, as we haven't really done that much of that in this immersion. So you can pull your shoulders down, shoulders into the ground, lift the hips up, knees press away from you, bridge pose. Unlock your abdomen by pulling the belly in and ribs towards your face. Press down through the heels using your glute muscles. Stretch the midsection. Okay. And let's cross the ankles. We're gonna come sit up and turn around. All right, feet forward in front. Let's get the hip flexors warmed up. Start with your hands back behind you. Give yourself a little bit of advantage. And take your left foot, flex it as much as you can. Lift it up as high as you can. Maybe you cross your leg over and then bring it back down. Same thing, right side, flex the foot, lift it up, cross it over, and bring it back to the starting position. Left leg up, cross it, back to start. Right leg up, cross it, back to start. Left leg up, cross it, right leg up, left leg up. Okay, now scoop the tailbone, point the feet. Start by holding onto your thighs to help yourself. You're gonna roll into a rounded backed position. The feet are gonna come up just ever so slightly so you're in this hollow body position. Scooping the tail, midsection rounded, looking with your whole chest and heart towards your feet. Inner ankle bones. You roll the legs inward and squeeze the ankles together. Look down the line of your feet. Hollow body boat. And then use momentum, sit on up. Woo! Okay. Come back, hands onto the ground, all fours. 5 hand push-ups, no cat and cow though this time. So lean forward a little bit if it's possible, protract the shoulder blades. And 5 times, slow and steady, controlling the movement of the wrist. All right, fingers grip the ground, heel of the hand slightly lifted as you go back, come into downward facing dog. Full breath in and full breath out. Press through the outside edge of your hand a little bit to help rotate the arm bones so that the biceps face slightly more forward. That's external rotation. If you do that a lot, you'll feel your shoulder blades kind of broaden, the bottom wingtips of your scapula move away from each other. There's like a kind of a stretch along the backside. Okay, but we don't want to lose the inside connection of the hand either, so both sides pressing down. Left leg up to the sky. On the inhale, 3-legged dog. Now let's check in with this side. Look at your left leg. Okay, have the pelvis facing down. And let's do the articulations of the right ankle. Inhale, lift the right heel all the way up, plantar flexing the ankle joint. And slowly exhale, lowering the right heel, stretching the calf muscles, dorsiflexion. Plantar flex, engaging the calf muscles. Dorsiflex, stretching the calf muscles. Keep the left leg high. One more. Now take an inhale. As you exhale, plantar flex, lift the heel and step forward. Take the hands out in front, supported warrior 3. And in your supported warrior 3, we're going to take the same actions. Bend the left knee on the inhale. As you exhale, straighten the left leg and plantar flex through the foot. Same thing, bend the knee. And then as you straighten through this left leg, plantar flex, point the ankle joint. Inhale, bend the knee. Exhale, plantar flex. Inhale, bend the knee. Exhale, straighten and plantar flex. Right foot next to the left. Let's take a breath in. Arch the back and look up. Exhale and bow. Interlace your hands behind your back. Stretch the shoulders. Take a few breaths. Okay, hands to the hips. And let's come on up to stand. Okay, and handstand prep position number 1. We do need our block. Let me see if I can just fix this ridiculously annoying camera. I don't know why it likes to blink. I don't know if it's the camera or the cord. Always something. Okay. Let's see if that worked. Okay, so your block behind your wrist tells you where vertical is. Still blinking, 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 blinking. Or maybe it's this camera switcher. I don't know. Hopefully that will fix it. We'll see this time. Nope, no fixing. I'm gonna go like this. All right, well, we have it for a moment. So, from the side, take your hands out in front of the block, and the block is going to remind us of where vertical is, but it doesn't mean that we're going to be, just because we're vertical doesn't mean, so this is vertical, but my weight's not necessarily in my hands. So I have to really figure out how I can transfer all the weight into the hands. It's a good start to be vertical, but I have to be able to pour all the weight down. So fingers grip the ground, make sure pinky and thumb are active, lift the heels up, and that's still not enough. Round the back, look at your belly button, and then lean from the back of your heart into your fingers as your heels lift up, and keep your thighs close to your chest. And that's how you'll really get a real solid handstand prep position with the heels lifted, thighs close to the chest. Make sure your back is rounded. Get very involved in that posture there. Okay, do 2 rounds, and as you're doing it, really try to focus on those key actions. And for those of you with tighter hamstrings, you got to remember, keep your thighs close to your chest. Even if that means to bend your knees a little bit, that's okay. We might have to bend the knees to really keep the thighs close in, but do try to plantar flex or point your feet as much as you possibly can. Which camera am I looking at? Sorry, I think I was looking at is that the proper one? Oh, we are, okay. So after you've done 2 rounds, the next step is going to be going in and out of that posture. So watch me. A basic idea is it's quite simple. We are going to do Uttanasana to handstand prep position 1, back and forth. Camera hates me. So this is what it'll look like. Here's Uttanasana, right? Now grip the ground from Uttanasana into handstand prep, and I want to think from the back of my heart. So chin tucks, round the back, lift the heels, thighs close to the chest, lean from the back of my heart until my fingers really have to resist, elbows straight, and then come back. Uttanasana. Exhale, tuck the chin, lift the heels, round, shift the body weight into the hands. Uttanasana. Okay, and there's the mechanics that you want to get down, back and forth between those 2 shapes where you're coming in and out of handstand prep position 1. I think we did this on day 1 or 2, but just a reminder. And again, always, if the leaning feels unsafe, just put yourself near a wall. Don't use the wall, just have your back close to a wall in case, of an emergency. It's there for you, but try not to lean into the wall. And if you were to use the wall, I'm not suggesting this, but if you were to use the wall, you would want to have the upper back be the only thing that would touch the wall. And but again, if you use the wall, you'll diminish your ability to build strength in the appropriate muscle groups. It'll feel quite unfortunate for you over time that there won't be any. Keeping things challenging now, difficult, effortful, and then over time, you'll feel the results of the practice settling in the strength that you've built. Okay, so next thing we'll do once you're done with those is we're going to move to the wall with a chair. Before we do this, just give yourself a little wrist stretch at the back of the wrists by pulling your fist in slightly. And then you can give yourself forearm stretch. Giving myself a little trap stretch, pulling the shoulders down. Okay, and watch me now take a break. Watch me assembling the same handstand prep position you just did, but with feet on chair. Feels a little bit more scary. And I'm gonna just remind you once again, please don't use a wheelie chair. I know I'm using one. That's what we have available up here, but no wheelie chairs if you can avoid it. If you can't avoid it, lock the chair or put something behind it that is going to stop it from moving, like wedge something under there. I'll use my socks maybe, just to kind of give you an idea. And always have the chair on the yoga mat so that it doesn't slide out from underneath you. So the idea here is we'll have our back to the wall, but try not to touch the wall. You place your hands to the ground, grip the ground, and you place one foot on the chair. And I got to remind you that the chair, you'll tend to push it away from you, and that's why it's on a yoga mat. You don't want to push it away from you. Actually, what you want to do is round the back, lean, grip, push before you even come up. So don't kind of get here and try to climb up. It won't work. You have to grip the ground, lean, grip, push, get into your handstand prep position, and then press down through the foot that's on the chair using your hip flexors. Then take your right foot up, and here you go. Now you're in handstand prep position 1. And I'm actually looking at my feet in this position right now. Fingers are gripping the ground, arms are straight, shoulders are to the ears. And I keep the feet pressing down into the chair so my hip flexors are active, like I'm trying to pull the chair towards my torso, not trying to push it away from me. Shoulders to the ears, lean, grip, push. I step down off of the chair and come back off. I never touched the wall one time at all throughout that whole process. I am pulling the chair towards me, not pushing the chair away from me. Do the best you can with your feet to push down and pull. We've done a lot of work with the hip flexors to try to prepare for this. Don't lose it now. Think about pushing the chair down into the ground and pulling it towards you, then rounding the back. It'll create all of the appropriate muscle engagements for you to find the appropriate alignment. Okay, give it a shot, and then I will stand by for the abundance of questions that inevitably come up after this one, okay? Handstand prep position 1 on a chair, and focus on all the actions. Remember, find handstand prep position with your foot on the chair. Then once you're in a good rounded back position, elbows are straight, fingers are gripping the ground, then push down into the chair with the foot and take the other foot onto the chair. So both feet are now on the chair. You're pressing the chair down into the ground and almost dragging it towards you so you feel your hip flexors engage. Round the back and think about the back of your heart leaning towards the wall. Not your head, but the back of your heart. Back of your heart. Okay, take a break. Let me know what questions have maybe come up, and I'll give you another visual demo. So now that you've kind of got a feel for it, you might see different things that you didn't see the last time, okay? Now, you could, I would highly recommend continuing to use the block. I'm gonna put it on the other side so it's a little bit easier for you to see everything else that's going on, but notice that it's still there. Fingers are gripping the ground. Chin tucks. I find handstand prep position 1 and take a foot onto the chair. Don't lean back into the chair. Lean towards the wall. As you lean towards the wall, take the other foot up onto the chair and press both feet down into the chair. Both feet down into the chair, shoulders to the ears, elbows straight. Lean the back of the heart towards the wall. If you have to look at the ground, no big deal, but see if you can relax the neck a little bit, the back of the neck, so you're not, head jetting forward, but relax the back of the neck and look more towards the thumbs than anything else. I like to look at the belly button sometimes. Okay, that helps you with pulling the ribs back. It's a little bit scarier probably at first, but honestly, it's once you get connected to the sensation of your hands gripping the ground and you really are tuned into the feeling of the weight in your hands versus seeing, your balance, you can start to feel it. Okay, so let's do another round now that you've got another view of it and a little bit of rest, and see how it pans out for you, okay? Remember, feel the sensation of your hands gripping the ground, feel the weight in your hands, feel the arms, and as you pour more and more weight into your hands, then make sure you push more and more. And I'm just gonna say this is a great one to film from the side and take a look at and just assess if you're doing all the actions or if there's more opportunity. I know everyone's doing the actions to a certain degree, right? We all feel like I am pushing, I am gripping, I am putting my shoulders closer to the ears. The question is, now that you're doing all that, is there more room for growth? Is there more potential? And the answer is always, of course, yes, right? So as you grow, your potential grows as well. And I know most of the time when I've ever filmed myself, or in the past when I've had teachers to ask me, push your shoulders more, and I always felt like I am doing that. And then if I videoed myself, like, oh, there is more option. And a lot of that has to come incrementally. You can't just, go from 0 to 100 in the first day, because you have to build the strength for it. You have to build the energy, endurance for it, right? Take a look at, I think Sabui has a question. Cramping like crazy in both hip flexors. Perfect. As I straighten the legs and push down and try to drag the chair. Perfect. That's exactly what you want. The cramping of the hip flexors. I mean, obviously, it's not ideal to have them cramping, but you know that you're doing the right actions, because what's happening is your hip flexors are doing their best to engage the way in which your nervous system is telling them to. So nervous system is right on board, knows exactly what you're trying to do. The muscles are just not strong enough yet to perform the action, and so they create a cramping action to do their best to shorten. So over time, as you develop the strength of the hip flexors, that now that you have the awareness, it will start to come together. Should I straighten the first leg before the second on the chair, or bend? I'll have to do it again and let you know, Chloe. Same, cramping the front of the leg, quads on the one that's on the chair. Exactly. Everyone is doing it right. That's perfect. You want the hip flexors to be cramping. Obviously, that means that the hip flexors are weak, but it means you're doing the right thing. You're creating the right action. Muscles can be strengthened fairly easily with repetition. The awareness is the hard thing to really get. Not everybody can find that engagement, but once you find it, it's really a blessing, because all you need now is strength. Is it okay to try and pull the chair off of the two hind legs? I'm starting to feel a balance point. Is it okay to try and pull the chair off the two hind legs? I'd be very scared. I'd be very wary about that. I'm starting to feel a little balance point when I do. And it's scary as shit. Yeah, well, excuse my language for repeating that, but yes. I don't know if I would pull the hind legs of the chair off yet. I'll show you, maybe I could show you that. I don't know if we're gonna go to the next step today. Let's see. Matt, when I put, let me answer Chloe's question real quick. So if I'm here, I go lean, grip, push, 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 push. I'm a little too close to the chair right now, but let's see, let me move the chair a little bit. I would go like this. I wouldn't straighten it first, no, I would bend it to take the other one on. Then as I straighten, I'm moving the hips back and I'm pressing down into the chairs to move the hips back. So no, the knee is bent as I'm rising up, but I'm still pressing down into it. Okay, great. We answered that question, Chloe. Okay. Same, cramping, great. It's okay to try, blah, blah, blah. Matt, when I push the hands down into the floor, I tend to do internal rotation of my shoulders. Do I have to rotate them out? So yeah, that's a normal thing, Adriana. When you push down, the more you push, the more you'll internally rotate the arm bones. I would say push, 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 get yourself up there, and then the refinement in the end will be to stabilize by turning the armpits slightly towards your face. So think about the biceps facing forward at the end once you're fully pushed. So don't externally rotate and then try to push, because you probably won't have the appropriate range of motion that you need, because the more external rotation, the more it'll stifle your mobility. So push, 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 and then try to add that refinement of external rotation on. I feel a collapse into the wrist when I go up. Does the strength increase over time? Well, the question, Carlene, is are you gripping the fingers into the ground? If so, then yes, strength will build over time. And are you pressing down, like you're trying to do hand push-ups? then yes. If you keep doing these exercises that we've been doing and you're down dogs, you're lifting the heel of the hand up slightly, you do gripping the ground every time you're in plank pose, strength will build over time. But strength only builds over time if you take the actions to build strength. So you have to do the actions over time and then it will build, yes. So in handstand, pinky and thumb, press down and toward each other. The middle 3 fingers, press down and pull back towards the hand. Make sure your hands are fully active, like the weight. Got it, thanks. Okay, cool. All right. I think we've got all the questions answered. And we can do one more option. Let me just think 1 second. No, I don't want to do that. I'm a little hesitant to offer the next step, but let's see. Let's do this. Give me a second. Pushing down and pulling and looking at the ribs to start. Then slowly keep gripping the ground, looking at the ground. And you're just gonna pull the chair towards you as you look at the ground. Then rounding the back, look at your belly button, grip the ground. Slowly transition the head to look at the ground. Transition the head, look at the belly button, look at the ground. Okay, so what we're doing is transitioning the head while trying to keep the shape. So you'll see there's 3 head positions to practice handstand. You've got head position 1, head position 2, head position 3. Each one has their benefits. Looking up to the sky, obviously that makes you feel mentally and emotionally safe. So looking at the sky, meaning looking at the ground. Handstand head position 2 is probably the most beneficial as far as keeps everything in a line, very little activation of your neck muscles. And then head position 3 is going to help you find your midsection. And for me, it helps me learn how to lean. When my chin is tucked, I learn how to lean from the back of the heart. So you'll take your head through those 3 steps. And it's good to fixate your eyes on step 1, you look at something on the ground. Step 2, you're going to look at your chair. Step 3, you're going to look at your belly button. 2, chair. 1, ground between the thumbs. 2, chair, chin to chest, looking at belly button. Okay, so those of you that want to take the next step, you can do this variation looking at the 3 or trying the 3 different head positions. Maybe don't go back and forth between all of them. Maybe just try to find one, figure it out, feel it, then switch. And then do another, figure it out, feel it, and then switch, okay? So maybe that's the approach for some of you, or then some of you can move back and forth. Now, if that doesn't feel comfortable, just stay with what you're doing. Do one more round, have a blast with it, and I would say try to film it from the side, maybe now or later, so that you can really assess and look at, am I gripping the fingers into the ground? Like, are my wrists fully engaged, thumb and pinky gripping and pulling towards each other? Are my elbows straight? Are my shoulders pressing towards the ears? Is my back in a rounded, my upper back especially, in a rounded position? Am I pressing the feet down into the chair so that my hip flexors are active and my thighs are trying to pull towards my chest? If so, you've got all the appropriate factors, and it's just a matter of strengthening over time through repetition. Okay, I'll give you another moment, and then you can put the chair away. Today, once your chair is away, what we can do is just do a little pectoral stretch. So you take your hand on the wall. What we'll do is you'll take the hand, fingertips face back behind you. Shoulder's gonna pull down the back, and you're gonna kind of pull your shoulder down and back. So you retract the scapula, pull it towards the spine, and then turn a little bit away, and you can lean the head a little bit away, trying to reach down and back through the thumb. So your hand is on the wall to kind of give you something to reach into as your shoulder pulls down and back
towards the thumb, you reach into it, and then your head lifts a little bit away. You're gonna feel a nerve line stretch too along that side. Okay, and then do the other side. Hand, fingertips face back, shoulder back and down. As you pull the shoulder back and down, reach back through the thumb. Pull the head a little bit away from the shoulder. Turn the chest slightly away from the shoulder to get the pec stretch, and you're gonna feel certainly a little bit of a nerve line stretch as well, all the way through the hand. Okay. There's a question here. Oh, you feel amazing with the gazing practice. Ah, great. Glad to hear it. Steph says, look, as my upper back is still too round. It looks like my upper back is still too rounded. Need to push up more through my shoulders to find the vertical line, I guess. I would have to see it. So Steph, post a video if you can in the Facebook group so I can see what that looks like. It's probably not too rounded. Usually is not the case. It probably just it seems that way to you because you're expecting it to look a certain way that it's probably not supposed to. I'm guessing. I have more range of motion in scapular protraction in cat-cow, but less in handstand prep position. Why is that? Well, because in handstand prep position or all times that your arms are up overhead, it's not full protraction. Your protraction of the scapula only really happens when you're in like a plank position. But when your arms are up overhead, it's called upward rotation. So that means the bottom wingtips of your scapula are protracting, while the top portion of your scapula are actually kind of doing a retraction. They're just doing this rotational thing. So the bottom wingtips go out and around your rib cage as the top comes in and retracts. And so whenever your arms are overhead, you're not gonna be able to fully protract. To get more protraction though, you could externally rotate your arm bones. It'll help separate the shoulder blades as a whole. Okay, so let's do, we did the pectoral stretch. Let's do a thread the needle, get the trapezius, arm reaches underneath, and then roll away from the shoulder, stretch the neck. Switch the sides. Yeah, so I see somebody is asking, Eugenie says today is okay. Da, 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 da. I think she's asking to take a longer stance with the feet on the chair to make it a little bit easier on the hamstrings and get in a more of an alignment. I think that's totally fine. You can take the chair further back. The further back you go, the less your pelvis will be able to come up over your shoulders, and that's okay. You take it as you can, and as your body is ready and prepared, and then slowly bring the chair closer and closer to help get your pelvis up and over your shoulders. So when you assess in this handstand prep position on the chair, you should look and see your forearms are vertical. The shoulders might be a little bit in front if you have a carrying angle like I do. So your forearms vertical, and then your rib cage vertical, all the way up through the pelvis to the best of your ability. There might be a little tuck of the tailbone at the top because your feet are down on the chair still. That's normal. I wouldn't try to get rid of that necessarily, but really trying to get the hips at least over the rib cage. Okay. All right, so we got that. Let's just do one more trapezius stretch, pulling the right shoulder down, moving the head away from it. Switch sides. left shoulder down. All right. Cool. Pranayama, meditation. Let's roll. Find your comfortable seat. Today we will we'll start with Kapalabhati, which is a kriya, which means an action, a cleansing action, that focuses only on the exhalation of the breath. So unlike what we did the other day where we focused on inhale and exhale, that was called Bhastrika. Bhastrika is more of a participation on both inhale and exhale, where you're deliberately moving the abdomen in both directions. Now, there's an involuntary inhale. It means you're not trying to inhale, but your body will always inhale after the ricochet of the exhale. So all you'll do is pull the belly back. That will force the breath out of your lungs. So all you do is contract and then relax the contraction. Your body will do the rest. And again, I want to emphasize that you're not trying to breathe out of your nose, then pull your belly in. You're trying to pull your belly in, and the breath will leave your lungs. So we're going to do slower ones. We're not going to be doing rapid Kapalabhati. We'll do just a nice, slow, moderate one to bring our energy downward. After you've practiced a few rounds and you get the belly pulling back, let's take a breath in together. Close the eyes, shoulders roll back. Throat moves back in line with the pelvis. Ears back slightly. Together, let's breathe in. And let's do 20 rounds. Breathe in. Breathe out. Feel the sensations of your body so far. Breathe in. Breathe out. Same exercise, just a little bit faster now, 25 rounds. Take a full breath in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Gentle hold of the breath at the top. Get light lifted through the skull. Exhale it out. Feel the sensations of your body. Breathe in. And out. One more round of 30, just slightly faster this time. Inhale part of the way. Breathe in, get tall. And breathe out all the way. Observe the sensations of your body. Let the body breathe naturally. Bring the ears and throat back in line with the shoulders. Relax the belly forward. Feel the sensations of your body. Feel what you've created from your efforts. Now bring your attention upward to the center of the forehead, just a little bit above the eyebrows at the center. As if you're looking from the inside of your skull. Notice if there's any color or colors. Focus in on those colors. Mesmerized by the color that you see inside of you. attention now back to your breath. Your body is breathing. You can slowly deepen each breath. Just bring your attention back to your breath. Deepen, deepen, deepen the breath and start to awaken the fingers, toes, and wrists. Bring your palms together, create some heat. Place the palms over the eyes. Feel the energy in your palms. Place the hands over the heart. Breathe in. Hands over the belly. Breath in. Place the hands at heart center. Take a moment to acknowledge and seal this experience with gratitude for your efforts, both in the practice of handstand and also the practice of unwinding and processing the experience as we sit for meditation and allow the body to integrate everything. This does take effort. And sometimes it can be joyful and blissful and easeful, and other times it can be stressful and challenging. And either way, it's the process, it's the digestion process that we need to go through for the mind and body. So thank you also very much for participating in both sides of the practice. And in honor of this practice that has been passed down to us and all those that have placed effort to bring it to us, we bow and say namaste. Thank you all. Much appreciated. Hope you've enjoyed so far. There, of course, is more to come. And I think we're almost at the halfway mark, right? This is number 5, which is crazy. They go by so fast, these immersions. Take a moment to answer any questions that maybe have come up. Let me know. I'll keep an eye on the chat. What we'll be doing next time is continuing to use the chair. So make sure you have it nearby for next class. I don't want to actually say much more so that I don't send you off here in a spree of excitement and getting ahead of ourselves. Remember, there is a process to this, and it is intended to be step by step and slow enough so that your body has time to integrate each thing. And of course, we try to give you something new each time so that your mind stays, what's the word I'm looking for? Interested or invested. Okay, so we do both sides. Next class, more on the chair. And then we will get back to momentum again in this training, utilizing jumps and whatnot, which will be fun. It'll be a little bit more, we'll have some practices that are a bit more cardio based for those of you that like to get your heart rate up. That's the one thing I love about jumping into handstand is you get a little bit of that action in your practice as well. Okay, everybody, have a beautiful day. A reminder to anybody that's practicing here live, I know a number of you in here are already in it, but we have the 300-hour teacher training that starts on Sunday, September 18th. And there, I think, is 2 spots left last I checked. So make sure you get signed up if you're interested, and you can always send me a direct message and we'll chat about it. Okay. Talk to you all soon. Great practice. Thanks, Vicky. Much appreciated. Thanks everybody that was here. Eugenie, Sabui, Steph, Chloe as well. Chloe with a K, Chloe with a CH. Adriana, thank you so much. Nice to have you here. Jane, Klaus, Karen, thank you. Christians, Carlene, sorry. Pat, Jack, Lynn, Adelaida, Rebecca, Fox, Connie, thank you very much. Nina Eckhart, good to have you here. Steph, Richard, Swati, Mikhail, as always, thank you so much. Eugenie, much appreciated. Thanks for an interesting class. You're very welcome. Robin, thank you so much. Agnes, thank you. Sabui says, thank you, wonderful class. Lots of daily practices needed for those handstand drills. Yes, indeed. Cool. Thanks, Camila. Much appreciated. Connie. Okay, take care, everybody. Looking forward to the next one. See you soon.